working in the Lone Star State, opening up in Texas was like easy as pie, and the regulatory burden for like a small like snack franchise somewhere like California, he said, was much higher, and that it was very frustrating. But you got to give California props once in a while, because this
is cool,
is awesome. California has passed AB 2426, a new law that forces digital storefronts to clearly state that they are only offering a digital license at the point of sale. These companies must list all restrictions on the license up front, including the fact that it can be revoked. Digital storefronts cannot imply that customers are buying a product that they will own unless the end user can permanently download the product and use it offline indefinitely.
So good.
Companies that fail to do this will be subject to a fine for false advertising.
Because that's what it is.
And so they should be. You do not buy games. You don't own games. You lease them. In fact, you don't even lease them, because there isn't a clear term. There isn't a clear term to the agreement. You are... Well, what even is it? It's not. It's like month-to-month rental, except...
Buying a temporary right or something, right of access.
It's... okay, yes, it's an access license. I understand what it is. I just mean the way that they've phrased it in the past makes it sound like you are buying games. You go on the Valve, what? Which tab is it? What's it labeled?
Store?
Right. You go on the store. That sounds like I'm buying a game, does it not?
People are like, you forgot GOG. No, we didn't. I don't know what you're even talking about.
We're not even talking about GOG.
Get off it. GOG's great. Love GOG.
Yes. When you buy a game from GOG that is a DRM-free game that you download, you are buying the game.
They're just not going to have to change anything.
Yeah, we're not talking about GOG.
Other people will have to change
We're talking about
things.
literally everything else.
Stop.
I don't hate hot dogs!
My goodness.
The sponsor of the bill, Assemblymember Irwin, cited Ubisoft deleting the crew from players' accounts in April as an example of why the law was necessary.
Good.
Absolute Chad.
Nice move.
Absolute Chad.
Good moves. S+.
Thank you for paying attention to stuff that sucks and going, well, hold on a second. Is this a one-off, or is this a systemic problem? This is a systemic problem. California also passed another law, the Phone Free School Act, which requires schools to limit student access to cell phones except in case of emergency or with the permission of a teacher, administrator, doctor, or individualized education program for children with special needs. This makes California the 15th state to have passed such a law. I have got to say, there's recently been a lot of movement on cell phone bans in schools here in Canada as well. I'm kind of cool with it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty glad that my kids, by the time they hit high school, are not just all going to be on their cell phones all day.
I genuinely think it's a huge deal. Like, I don't have kids, but if I did, I would...
That you know of.
Oh, my goodness. If I did, I would...
The 100 success rate's got to count for something.
Very much hope that this would exist, because the brain rot is so intense. Billions of dollars going into trying to corrupt your mind into never leaving a device is not something that you want flowing into the brain of a child. Like, it's just, I don't know.
And like, I realize that we both literally sound, but think of the children right now.
But actually.
But these are things that at this point, it's becoming fairly well documented, have negative effects on honestly, still developing minds.
It's a think of the everyone. Like, this screws over adults and stuff too, right? But like, at a certain point, you can't control them. And they're not even really they're just controlling them at school, which, like, that makes sense anyways.
Yeah, what are you doing on your phone at school that you need your phone for?
Theoretically, nothing.
It's like school.
Don't a lot of the classrooms have laptops and stuff now?
Yeah, depending,
probably.
Yeah, and if you need one, it does, yes.
Yeah. So, like,
and if you don't need one, then
it's not going to.
Then it doesn't need it.
Yeah. So you don't need your phone. Stop.
It's like, I'm honestly surprised that I'm honestly surprised that this took as long as it did. I mean, they would literally stop us from intercepting pieces of paper that we passed to each other. So I mean, I guess it can get kind of complicated, right? You know, oh, this is my personal property, you can't confiscate it from it. But like that never stopped anyone from confiscating something from me. I mean, they confiscated my silly string when I sprayed that girl with it.
I think the rules changed. Yeah.
That was only because she was the daughter of a teacher, though. They wouldn't have done it for anyone else. I got an in-school suspension for silly string. Who cares?
When I was in grade 1, I was racing little boats down the stream that was at my school with my friends on lunch or recess or whatever. And then I had my boat with me in class. And I wasn't even playing with it. I just had it with me, and she took it. And she never gave it back. Ever.
Witch.
Ever.
How dare she?
I will literally never get over this. This will bother me forever. The fact that she never gave it back is nuts.
His paper boat, my silly string in suspension.
Scarred for life.
School's traumatic, man. It's traumatic. I mean, my dad was always telling me about the Catholic school, and they hit his knuckles with the ruler and everything. I'm like, Dad, you had it easy, brother.
What about my silly
you
string?
had it. What about my silly string?
Oh man. But no, seriously, I think it's good. There's the arguments of like, oh yeah, but you would have it on you as a tool. So like learning how to use it. Yeah.
It's not the point. You aren't doing that with it.
Learning when you leave school either. And like you'll get into you will have no problem learning the habit that your phone has answers to things outside of school.
Yeah, I'm really not worried about that. I don't think that kids need to be trained to use their phone more.
Yeah.
Let's be real
Not
here.
an issue, bad argument.